Hey everyone, it's Nerf Boy Productions here. Today I want to show you guys the best Nerf guns you can get for under $15. You'd be surprised at the amount of guns you can actually find for under 15 bucks. Getting $10 is a little more rare, but for $15 you can get a lot. For the rules of this video, I'm going 15 bucks American. Canadian prices are more and I live in Canada, so some of these blasters are actually around $17 and stuff. But if you go on Amazon.com, I am not including the things on sale. Everything on sale doesn't count. All of these regular stock prices are $14.99 or below. So without further ado, let's get started. First we're going to take a look at each individual blaster and compare them head to head. Alright, so here I have 3 separate Jolts. And I picked them up from Toys R Us for a price of $7. I know on Amazon.com you can get them for cheaper, so you could get multiple ones of these for the price of one regular blaster. So I have the regular blue and white Elite Jolt, and then these 2 different colored Fire and Ice. What are these? Oh, that's not a Jolt. I thought I had a Jolt up. There we go. The Fire and Ice. There's also a blue that I don't have. But yeah. So, I don't think there's any difference between them, but I had to get everyone just to be sure. They all feel the same. Yep. So all these Jolts are the same. It really doesn't matter which one you get, it's all preference, but keep in mind you can get more than one Jolt for the price of one regular blaster that could be bigger. So these are little side pockets, they're single shooters, so you load up the dart, pull down the handle to prime, and then you can shoot. They're little pea shooters, but they shoot really far for what they are. For power to size, you can't get any better than a Jolt. Very cool, and for like $5 on Amazon, definitely a good buy. Next up is the Glow Shot, and I've actually never seen the Glow Shot. I am gonna have to do maybe a review on it. It's pretty small, so I tried to do a review on another similar small blaster, and they're just boring and short. But here's the Glow Shot. Well, that's wild. So the handle's pretty small, but that's no biggie. So if you think about the Glow Shot, it was $13. This was $7. So this was still over half the price of this. So getting 2 Jolts or this Glow Shot, you can pretty much get the Glow Shot or 2 Jolts for the same price. Now, the Glow Shot's still a single shooter, but it's got a bigger handle. You draw back from the back. Single shooter, like I said, but it's got this button on the handle, and it takes 2 batteries, and then it can glow, obviously, which is a really cool feature to have. The barrel is pretty long. I actually really like, you can see the dart. It doesn't actually perform as well as the Jolt. It's not shooting nearly as far. So this isn't going to perform as well. It is part of the N Strike series, not N Strike Elite, so it's not going to have superb ranges, but still pretty decent. I mean, every Nerf blaster to come out now will be pretty decent. So that is a little cool. It's kind of cool, but for $13, I'm going to place it somewhere in the middle. Next up, the most similar. This is also $13, and this is the Bow Strike. If only it was called the Bow Shot, then we could have the Bow Shot and the Glow Shot. Alright, so the Bow Strike is cool. It's really cool. Darts go in the front, single shooter, just like all the ones we've seen so far. But it has, when you pull it back, these little wings pop up, and then when you shoot, they deploy. Very cool system. It shoots probably even worse than the Glow Shot does. I do already own one of these, so I do know they don't perform the best, but it's pretty radical. I mean, it's pretty much in the same category. They're both $13. You either get this novelty or you get the Glow novelty. So these are pretty much the same blaster, and you choose which one suits your style more. Moving on to the next single shooter, this is the Fire Strike, available in different colors. It takes 2 batteries. It has a laser on the front that can be accessed with the second trigger, pulls from the back, has a tacked rail on top for attachments, single shooter, but it actually has spots for 2 more darts, and the Fire Strike performs really well right out of the box. Only trouble is, it's hard to find these in stores now, at least where I'm living. You can get this on Amazon for like $10 or something. It's really sweet, and although it's a single shooter, but it's the first one we've taken a look at with spots to hold more than one. It does have that laser similar to the Glow Shot. They both take batteries. These are all single shooters so far, but this one is pretty good. Alright, the last of our single shooters is the Sling Strike. The Sling Strike is pretty cool. It shoots really accurate if you know what you're doing. I find every single Sling Strike shoots upwards. So aim a little low, and then when you release your hand will go up and it'll be straight on every time. Like, these are very consistent blasters, very accurate. Some assembly required for this guy. Nothing too crazy though. And there you have it. So, Sling Strike is big, bigger than the rest we've seen, and for a single shoot, it can be kind of cumbersome. It has spots on the sides to hold extra darts, which is definitely cool because it's like the Fire Strike. And to load it, you slide the darts in the top and back, then the safety is unlocked. You can pull back the string and shoot. It shoots hard and accurate. It's actually very, very cool. It's obviously a little bit bigger, but we're gonna move into some bigger blasters. This isn't necessarily pistols for this video, it's just blasters under 15 bucks. And I think for under $15, although it's slightly larger, something I do in my house all the time is we play Nerf style wars that are pistols only. The reason they're pistols only is because inside, having a fully automatic rapid strike or something is just ridiculous and OP. So to play pistols only is a fun challenge, and it just makes everything a little more fair. So I think in the situation like that, something like this would definitely perform great. For under $15, it's a pretty good pickup. I really like the Sling Strike. So now this is the Big Shock. It's like $6 on Amazon, really cheap. And this is one to take mega darts. So mega darts, it performs pretty well, pretty much standard pistol. It's all really up to you whether you like the mega line or not. I think this is actually a big shock for a lot of people. It holds darts on the top, you can load them in the front, pull it through this. It's basically a steroid jolt. Take it as you will, that's the Big Shock. Okay, now we have the Double Strike. So, the Double Strike holds 2. Now you still have to prime each time, but that's most blasters. But it does hold 2 in the barrel. Whoa, hit the chair. And the Double Strike is actually very powerful. It's for its size, it's a little miniature hammer shot, really comfortable. It's got a tactical rail on top as well, one of the only ones to feature one apart from the Fire Strike, and for the price it's actually pretty neat. It's small, it's going to be about the same size as this Bow Strike, but it shoots 2 and a little bit harder. No gimmicks going on here. No little Flappy Bird wings. Alright, the camera just died, so I apologize for that. The next blaster you can actually get for $15 is the Ion Fighter. On Amazon, you can find this guy for $15. I find that crazy. It's got a barrel extension, 2 tactical rails, a stock extension point, spot to hold 4 extra darts, prime through the top, load the dart. Definitely one of the biggest and baddest blasters out of all the ones for under 15 bucks. You're gonna feel like you get the most out of your money with the Ion Fire. This next one's also under $15, and this is the Mega Magnus. It's a Big Shock times 3. It holds 3 darts in the top, and it's a 3-dart mega pistol. Loud and proud. 1 big tactical rail on the bottom. Very, very cool, very comfortable. Just a really cool blaster all around. And then we have a blaster that I wasn't even going to consider when making this video. Wasn't even going to consider it because I had no idea it was only $15 in the States. Sure as heck ain't here in Canada, but you can get the Elite Strong Arm for $15. 6-shooter, Western style, primes through the top. You have a tactical rail on the top. You can shoot 6 shots in succession, or do slam fire where you hold down the trigger and just keep firing. It's got sling points. It's definitely my favorite out of all of these. The coolest looking, the most useful, practical blaster for under 15 bucks. It's crazy. So that is a look at all the blasters you can get for $15. Like I said, you can get 13. 13! I excluded a lot of the Vortex guns, a lot of the Rebel blasters, because I don't know anything about them, because I don't like them. I also excluded things like the Reflexes, I guess you can get a reflex. I didn't see any in stores, and they're hard to find on Amazon, so stuff that's just not regularly available I excluded, because if it's hard to get your hands on it, and it probably won't be 15 bucks. But anyways, that's a lot of blasters. Now, $15 can add up pretty quickly if you start buying a bunch of them, but for one cheap, easy to grab blaster to have some fun, or maybe two for 30 bucks, you can have a lot of fun. I'd recommend, like, you know, 2 strong arms or whatever. If you're into the mega stuff, that's cool. Or maybe you just want single pistols, like I said. Pistol wars are really fun as well. So now I'm gonna organize, obviously I think the strong arm's the best, but for single shooters, for under $15, I think you should go with the Triad. Now, I was thinking about the Fire Strike, but it's a little bit larger. The added space of the flashlight is actually really pointless. And although it holds extra 2 darts, it doesn't fire them. You have to load them each, which this Triad you can actually fire 3. The tactical rail it does have, but you never really use a tactical rail on a pistol, so this is like second place for pistol shooters, but I think that for small size pistols, the Triad does take the cake. The Sling Strike's a little too big. It's all personal preference, that's what I believe. The ion fire doesn't shoot nearly as far for how big it is and what it should be. The single shot mechanism is technically it could be really powerful, but it's not very efficient, so I just think the strong arm's the best. And then the Triad for your money is pretty much the best thing going. Let me know what you guys thought about any of these blasters you saw today or anything else in the comments below. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe because I have new videos every single Saturday. If you guys saw last week's video, I have the contest running and I'm wearing the same stuff because I actually shot this on the same day, because the day you're seeing this right now, if you're watching this the Saturday it comes out, is the day that I am shooting the Nerf War to come out next week. So keep an eye out for that. It's gonna be awesome. Anyways, I will catch you guys on the next one. You know what to do. As always, this was Nerf Boy Productions, signing off.